Coronation Street star Ryan Mulvey has confirmed that Brody Michaelis will undergo some changes as he makes the bold decision to help Mick escape from prison. Mick has been imprisoned for the past couple of months following a brutal attack that caused the death of Craig Tinker, while Brody's own arc in Weatherfield has seen him discover that Kit Green was his biological father. Friday's installment of the ITV soap saw Brody call Mick after Lou was arrested, with the villainous Mick promptly telling Brody to keep himself available as he begins to plot his way out of prison. Given Brody was only released from the STC in the past few months, the character will harbor some trepidation about helping his stepfather, with Mulvey explaining. Brody definitely puts on a front that he's not scared, but he's quite impulsive. He does these idiotic things, and I would definitely say he likes the adrenaline rush from it. That is his personality and it fuels him to do these things. He likes being excited because it gives him something raw and it takes him out of his own head. But then again, even though there's all that excitement there, it does scare him because the STC is not a nice place to be. He's had horrible times, and loads of fights growing up, so he doesn't really want to go back there. As the escape plot progresses, Mick comes face to face with friend-turned-enemy Kit in a dramatic prison showdown, with the police officer left fighting for his life as Mick gets the better of him. Brody catches wind of the events and is immediately overcome with mixed emotions, with Mulvey explaining. It's hard because Brody, only just found out about Kit being his dad. It's all very overwhelming for Brody and he doesn't really know how to process it. He's obviously worried that his step-dad, who's already in prison, could be sent down for longer if this ends badly. He's heard an actual police officer, who is also Brody's dad. It becomes a whole moral battle. I don't think he really knows who he wants to win. While Brody will be conflicted over his loyalties, Mulvey expressed hope that his character would continue to interact with Kit in the future, with the actor explaining. It's a great dynamic, his dad being a policeman and Brody, the way he is, always getting into trouble. I love working with Jacob Roberts. It's great because there's so many dramatic scenes that we can play, such as Brody finding out he's his dad and all the drama and emotion around that. There's probably a lot of resentment there for him as well. But there's also just the average dad and lad scenes that would be exciting to do. Say, like, involving girls, or throwing a house party. There's just so many different routes we could do with the dad and son, which is really exciting to come. Brody has so many different sides to him, and that's what makes him so interesting and exciting. He's angry and likes to fight, but also he loves his sisters. He wants friends, a girlfriend, and a dad who looks after him. He wants to feel safe. I think because of what he's been through he struggles to trust people, but it would be nice to see him push that boundary and see if he can trust anyone around him again. Mulvey, who previously portrayed J.J. Osborne on Channel 4 soap Hollyoaks, also reflected upon his wider experience on Corey, with the actor, who debuted as Brody in February, expressing his admiration for his cast and crew. It's really good, it's a madhouse but a great house, he said. Everyone's lovely. I know everyone says it, but it is like a family. You've got your crazy cousins, and those you look up to. Everyone's creative and it's
Ryan
just a wonderful
Mulvey
place
to
Brody's
be.
emotional shift and dangerous loyalties in Coronation Street. It's been a wild ride for Coronation Street's Brody Michaelis since he arrived in Weatherfield, and things are about to get even more explosive. Actor Ryan Mulvey, who stepped into the ITV soap earlier this year, has opened up about the dramatic twists coming Brody's way, as the troubled teen becomes entangled in a high-stakes escape plot involving his stepfather Mick and a complicated connection to Kit Green, who was recently revealed to be his biological father. Speaking exclusively about the developments, Mulvey hints that Brody is about to face a turning point that will shake him to his core, and possibly redefine where his loyalty truly lies. Brody's turmoil, torn between blood and brotherhood. In recent weeks, Coronation Street fans have watched Brody navigate a whirlwind of emotional discovery. Still reeling from the truth that Kit Green is his biological dad, Brody has had little time to process that bombshell before being dragged into a fresh storm, his stepdad Mick's plan to break out of prison. Mick's been in for a few months now, after the attack that led to Craig Tinker's death, Mulvey explains. And even though Brody's been trying to keep his head down since getting out of the STC, secure training center, Mick's always had this power over him. When Mick calls, Brody answers. In the most recent episode, Mick made contact with Brody from prison following Lou's arrest, hinting that the time was right to set a desperate plan in motion. For Brody, the idea of helping Mick break out of jail presents both a thrilling challenge and a terrifying risk. The adrenaline-fueled edge of Brody Michaelis. Brody definitely puts on a front, Mulvey admits. He acts like he's not scared, like he's in control, but really, he's quite impulsive. He does idiotic things for the rush. The adrenaline gives him something real. Something that pulls him out of his head. It's that adrenaline rush, Mulvey suggests, that keeps Brody chasing danger, even when he knows better. He doesn't want to go back to the STC. He's been through awful stuff there, fights, fear, isolation. So the idea of going back? That's terrifying for him, but at the same time, helping Mick, doing something crazy, it lights something up in him. That's who Brody is. He's raw, wounded, and desperate to feel alive. The Kit Green factor, a prison showdown and emotional fallout. While Brody wrestles with whether to help Mick, another major threat is about to escalate. The confrontation between Mick and Kit Green, Brody's estranged biological father. In a dramatic prison showdown, viewers will see Mick lash out violently, leaving Kit fighting for his life. For Brody, the consequences of this brutal encounter are nothing short of devastating. It's overwhelming, Mulvey says. Brody's only just found out that Kit is his real dad. He hasn't had the chance to build any kind of relationship with him yet. And now, all of a sudden, Kit might die, at the hands of someone Brody's always seen as family. The emotional weight of the situation puts Brody in an impossible position, caught between the man who raised him, and the man who shares his blood. He's torn, the actor explains. Mick's been there, in a way. But now he's crossed a line that could land him in prison for life. And the victim is Brody's dad. It becomes this huge moral battle. Brody doesn't know who to side with. Does he protect Mick? Or does he try to save Kit? He's caught in the crossfire of two versions of fatherhood, and he's not sure he wants either. Bond. Brody and Kit's future. Despite the trauma, Mulvey is hopeful that Coronation Street will continue to explore Brody's relationship with Kit Green. It's a fascinating dynamic, he says. Kit's a copper. Brody's a loose cannon with a record. It's a classic father-son clash with layers of emotion and resentment. There's drama, yes, but there's also so much potential for those quieter, everyday scenes. Imagine Kit trying to parent a kid who's been through the system, who's angry, guarded, and doesn't want help. Mulvey adds that the storyline offers room for growth and vulnerability. I'd love to do more scenes where Kit tries to earn Brody's trust. Like, not just the big dramatic stuff. Maybe they're arguing over curfew or Brody getting into girl trouble or throwing a party when Kit's on night shift. There are so many routes we can go down that could show a different side of both characters. The layers of Brody Michaelis, more than just a fighter. As Corey fans have seen, Brody is far from one-dimensional. Underneath the bravado and aggression lies a young man desperate for connection, stability, and love. What I love most about Brody is how many sides he has, Mulvey says. He's angry, sure. He lashes out, he makes bad choices. But he also loves his sisters. He wants mates. He wants a girlfriend. He wants a dad. He wants to feel safe. That longing, according to Mulvey, is what drives Brody's erratic behavior, and also makes him so compelling to watch. He doesn't trust people easily, the actor continues. He's been let down so much. But deep down, there's this tiny flicker of hope that someone out there might actually have his back. The actor behind the role, Ryan Mulvey, on joining Corey. For Ryan Mulvey, playing Brody has been a thrilling challenge, and a full-circle moment in his soap career. The actor, who previously appeared as J.J. Osborne in Hollyoaks, joined Coronation Street in February and has already made a powerful impression. It's honestly a dream, Mulvey shares. It's chaos, in the best way. You come in and it's like, boom. You're in this huge family. Everyone's got history, stories, rhythms. But they all make space for you. He likens the experience to joining a big extended family. There's your crazy cousins, your cool uncles, the ones you're a bit scared of but look up to, he laughs. It's creative, energetic, and always moving. I've never worked anywhere like it. Mulvey is especially grateful for the cast and crew who have helped him settle into the role. They've been amazing, he says. From day one, everyone's been welcoming and supportive. It makes a huge difference when you're trying to step into a big, emotional role like Brody. You feel safe to go big, to take risks. That's where the magic happens. What's next for Brody? As Brody inches closer to dangerous decisions, and possibly another brush with the law, the question remains, can he find a way out of the cycle? Or will his loyalty to Mick cost him everything? There's a fork in the road coming, Mulvey teases. Brody's at that age where he can either grow up and try to build a better life, or he can double down on the chaos. The question is, can he trust anyone enough to take the first path? Mulvey hopes the character gets a chance to heal, but also wouldn't mind a few more explosions along the way. I think Brody's redemption arc could be amazing, he says. But he's got to earn it. And that means facing his past, letting people in, and making some really tough choices. Whether or not he does that, well, you'll just have to watch.